Thanks for tuning in to Addiscope, where we talk about sports, business, and marketing. I'm Cristiano, CEO of Bold Worldwide, and this is episode number 53, Cyber Monday, Microsoft Outlook, and Black Friday sales performance.
Sports marketing expert Cristiano.
Cristiano.
Sports fans are arguably the most passionate people probably on the face of this planet.
Marketers and advertisers and brands always have to keep in mind, you have to play to the state of your audience.
If you're not passionate, do something else. It's Monday, Cyber Monday in fact, and on my Monday episodes, as you guys know or may not know, I talk about my passion, product, and performance for the week. And today, my passion, it's about Cyber Monday, it's about e-commerce sales. Adobe already halfway through the day is projecting that e-commerce online sales are going to hit over 3 billion for the day, which would be the most online sales in one single day ever, which is pretty astounding. It's unbelievable, really. Target.com actually crashed this morning because they had such a flood of consumers to the website trying to get their Cyber Monday sale, and 20% of PayPal users actually couldn't use the platform because there were so many transactions happening at the same time, clogged up the system. That, as well as I think there was a problem with HP. Really amazing just to kind of show the flood of people that didn't necessarily shop on Friday, as you know, we saw those numbers were in-store sales were below what expectations were, but actually online e-commerce sales on Friday were actually above what estimates were. So it's really showing this trend and the shift towards shopping online. That's just the way it is, and I think that it's happening faster than both consumers, the media, marketers really anticipated, and I think it's going to happen, even continuing to happen even faster as we move forward. All right. Product of the week. What am I excited about? It's kind of shocking to me because, no offense to Microsoft, but I'm an Apple fanboy. I used to not be, actually, but I have Apple products for everything we do here at the office for the most part. And you know, that's what we stick with. I use an iPhone, and I think one of the things that I've found the biggest trouble with is somebody who gets 2, 3, 4, 500 emails a day sometimes, which is just absurd. Sometimes they're even more. Is I've set up all sorts of filters on my desktop, but trying to deal with that kind of influx on mobile has driven me up a wall. And somebody suggested for me to check out Microsoft Outlook, the app for the iPhone. And after 3 weeks of using this thing, I'm blown away. It was the best, like $8, $9, whatever the hell it was. Totally worth every single penny. And what's really amazing about it to me is that what they've done is they've consolidated a lot of the things that you use into the app. So you've got your mail right there. You've got 2 inboxes. You got everything that floods in, and then you've got your focused box, the way that they call it. And what that does is it breaks up conversations by importance. So if it's somebody who's replying to you where you reached out to them, clearly it's going to throw it in your focus box because chances are it's a conversation you want to continue. But things like promotions, calendar invites, all that goes in your other box. It doesn't flood your main screen, which is awesome. And it's done a really good job, I think, at least for me, kind of filtering that stuff out. So I know where my top priorities are. You also have your calendar in here in the same app, so you don't have to leave to go check your calendar. And the thing I think what's the best about this application is, let's say I need to send, I'm having a quick conversation with a client back and forth. We need to try to jump on a call later or tomorrow, and I've only got a 15-minute block open here, a 30-minute block open there, a 10-minute block open, late in the day. It burns more time for me to CC that person on with my assistant and say, hey, can you set up a meeting? That burns a lot of time for everybody. Now, right through this app, I can say, hey, here's my availability for the day. Please select one. They select it, automatically signs them up in my calendar and alerts all the people here that need to know what my schedule is. So I think that is super awesome. You can attach files like you can't do with the native mail app. So I think if you are crazy like me, if you're super busy, you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off, you get 2, 3, 400, 1,000 emails a day, it's worth checking out at the very least. I think it was amazing, kind of shocked me that Microsoft and Outlook made something so cool for the iPhone. All right, performance indicator for the week. What is it? Black Friday sales. We're going to focus in on that, sales performance. For actual clients that we have a lot of clients that are in the sports space, obviously. That's what we do. But we also have a lot of clients that are in the sports space or outdoor space that also sell online retail. And most of them were pushing a lot of heavy marketing during the last week on Black Friday or even running up till Black Friday. And something that I noticed, which may seem obvious, but we now have direct data in the same industry to back it up, which is the companies and brands that ran sales, whether it was on Black Friday or running up to Black Friday, well outperformed the amount of sales that they converted during that same amount of time versus other brands that did not run sales during that same time frame. Even some of the brands that did run marketing, same type of marketing, similar marketing at the very least, even though they may have even outspent some of the other brands, even because they did not do a sale, their sales were actually lower. So again, I think it's kind of obvious that, you don't do a sale, you're not going to sell as much stuff, but at the same time, it was so drastically different that I think that people really need to, and brands really need to think about it, especially this time of the year, that even if you're a brand that typically says, oh, well, we don't do sales, we don't put things on sale, coming up with some sort of initiative, a call to action, a freebie, a giveaway, I don't know, anything to involve the consumer where they feel like they're getting a deal, outperform not doing that. Even if you're just doing tons of branding marketing, if your goal is e-commerce sales, you got to have some sort of hook, you got to have some sort of deal. I think it just also shows the mindset of the consumer, which is if they don't see a deal, they're not shopping with you, at least during this time frame, Black Friday, Cyber Monday. They want to see a deal, and if they do, they're going to shop and they're going to pull the trigger pretty much immediately. So that's something I think is a good tangible takeaway to anyone that has e-commerce sales during these kind of holiday-y times, really thinking about doing some sort of actual tangible promotion for the consumer because it works, and it works really well. The other thing that I noticed were mobile sales were a lot higher than we anticipated, and they were a lot higher than any other time previous during the year. So people were buying, they were buying fast and furious, they're buying quickly on their mobile devices, which is really interesting. So I think as a brand or a marketer, you really need to consider and think about, well, what does our site look like and how does it perform on mobile? I know that's almost like, oh, of course our site is mobile friendly. Mobile friendly is a joke now. It's not mobile friendly, it's mobile first. Everything needs to work and needs to be even more seamless on mobile, because if it's easy to buy on mobile and it's easy for the consumer to use and to understand and to put their information in or pay via PayPal or Facebook or whatever it might be through some other API, the easier you can make their life, the least amount of steps they have to take. And if it looks good, it needs to look good on mobile, they're going to purchase. The people have no problem purchasing through mobile now. So anyway, I think that's a lot of exciting stuff for Monday. So thank you so much for watching, and please make sure to tune in for the next one coming up on Wednesday. Thanks again for tuning in to episode number 53. I really do appreciate it. And if you liked it, make sure to subscribe. Please make sure to subscribe and share it with other people, because the more that watch it, the better the content is going to get. And don't forget to tune in this Wednesday to episode number 54, where I talk to Golden Harper, who is one of the co-founders of Ultra Running Shoes, which is an amazing company that's coming up and absolutely destroying it. We talk about growing, we talk about marketing, and maybe a little bit of insight into why and how they started the company.